Hello everyone. Welcome to the Touch Yourself show. And with me, I have, as usual, Maureen Nwachi. Hi, Maureen.
Hi, viewers out there.
Welcome again to another Touch Yourself show, and happy Easter to everybody out there. This wonderful Saturday evening, or depending where you are, it could be night, it could be morning. But just we want to wish you a happy Easter. So, Maureen, how's your holiday? How has it been? Have you had time to rest? Or you
Not
are busy
really.
cooking up?
Time to rest.
I know.
Well, maybe a bit.
Yeah, it's hard, Sha. There, myself, I don't think I really rested. We were busy doing family cooking yesterday, and then today I was doing weekly cooking. So, but anyway, it's all good. So, welcome again, and today we're going to be talking about holidays and crisis, the holiday blues. Have you ever been in crisis and then you are admitted during a holiday? And the worst one is Christmas, when you're supposed to be with family and friends and you're busy rolling in pain in the hospital, or they say they refuse to discharge you. There are even periods I just feel like going home. They said, no, you cannot go. Although there's times that I've used time to remove myself and go home. And the irony is that I always end up coming back 2 days later. But anyway, there are people here to tell us their stories and experience. How has it been for you, Maureen? Did you ever experience a holiday blues from crisis? And what was it like?
While I was racking my brain and telling myself that I experienced it, I forgot that last year I spent Easter. I spent 5 days in the hospital.
Oh yes,
During the whole COVID this thing, I had a terrible crisis.
exactly.
So
I
I
remember
was in the
now.
hospital all through that period.
Well, we've gone through so many
Yeah.
adventures, and that's what warriors are. So I'm going to bring up my guests. There are 5 of them, and I'm bringing them. Right now we have 4, but we'll be expecting the other person soon, and we'll bring them up to share with you their experiences. So welcome everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Welcome. Good evening,
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Good evening. Welcome to the Touch Yourself show. Thank you for honoring our invitation to share your experiences with people out there about sickle cell. So I'll just, before we even get into holiday issues and crisis and everything, I want each of you to just share your experiences in a short way. Growing up, living with sickle cell, how was it like? And I'll start with Fumilola. Yes.
All
Then
right.
we'll
Good
go around.
afternoon, ma. Good evening. Good evening,
So what
ma'am.
was it like?
Oh, wow. This was a very tough experience. Growing up as a sickle cell, hmm, it's very tough. In fact, sometimes I think I will not even survive the crisis at all. But to the glory of God, here I am today. Because I remember then in school, sometimes I just feel my tummy, oh, you
Bamufu.
know. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
I
you.
just, yeah, I just feel the pain in my tummy as if there's a big stone there. You know, it can't really move. I can't breathe. I can't this. I can't that. And before you know it, to the hospital. I've been admitted 2, 3 days. I'm collecting blood, this and that. I was like, wow, am I the only? Won't I kill this mother? And my mom said, it has been very, as in, so there are some things that I should even do that. That stuff used to as in, I won't be able to do it. Like exposing myself, not exposing like that, but I mean playing with my co-friends like that. I won't be able to do that. And so many other things like that. Traveling, visiting. I can't do it because of I know if I do it, if I go, hey, anything can happen and they might not undo me the way my mom used to do. So, it's a very tough experience growing up as a sickle cell. It's not something easy at all. But to the glory of God, I bless God. Here I am today.
Mm, yeah.
Hallelujah.
What about you, David?
Okay.
Ma?
Growing with sickle cell has been quite. Is it my David or
Yes,
Olashe
for
David?
David.
David Owoye.
Oh, yes.
Okay. It has been challenging and it's quite, I would just say thank God. God has been faithful. It's not that I've not had crisis growing through
God.
life and I've had different crises. I've had some complications, chronic leg ulcer. I've had periods of priapism that I almost needed
Mm,
an exchange blood transfusion, pubertal delay, chronic fatigue syndrome, many other complications, and then frequent sickle cell crisis, the pain crisis at times, 30 minutes a day, a week, almost 2 weeks. And
mm,
but in all, I just want to appreciate God because God has been able to teach me two things. One is that the presence of sickle cell anemia in my life is not an absence of God in my life. And then
yeah.
secondly, there is no limitation in life except for the limits you create in your mind. I chose not to be limited by sickle cell, right from medical school through my career. When they tell me some things are not possible, I choose to go for those things. I remember when I was doing my internship, medical internship at Nigerian Air Force Hospital. I did my so there's you always rotate. So I did two postings in Air Force Ikeja. I did another one in Kaduna, and then the last one was in Jos. When I was about to go there, some of my colleagues that had already gone there told me, just a very cold place that if you go there, sickle cell, you may die there. And I told them, oh, I sat and I said, wow, so death is there. I just want to go and meet death there. And to the glory of God, I went there. I never had a crisis. Even though it was very cold, I'm always putting on something stuffy because it's always very cold. Throughout the period I was there, it was even more like during the Hamatan period,
Mm,
November, December, January. And I never had a crisis. And I never had a reason not to do my work. I always was doing my work and not giving an excuse to not to do my work. So that has just made me understand that yes, sickle cell anemia is there with its problem. You have a crisis frequently. You have the complications. They can be devastating. They can be depressing. They can be suicidal at times. But you don't allow it to limit you from whatever you have to do. At times it gets you down. But whenever it's over, you get up and continue pursuing a dream. As long as you don't allow it to limit your mind, then you cannot be limited. But as soon as you allow it to limit you mentally, that's when you get limited. And the last part I would say is that I have learned to know what works for me as a sickle cell warrior. What works for me may not be the same thing that works for another sickle cell warrior. And then
yeah.
when I've been able to discover what works for me, I make it work for me.
Okay. Okay.
My God.
Adiola, are you there? Can you hear me? Adiola, can you hear? You're muted. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah, you have to unmute
Are you
yourself. Okay,
hearing
now
me?
I can hear you now. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What was the experience like?
Growing up as a sickle cell patient, though it wasn't so easy.
Yes.
It wasn't so easy, despite the fact that a lot of people don't really know that I am a sickle cell patient. And
Mm,
growing up, I have a lot of crises, leg pains, stomach ache, body pain, and at the end of the day, I will land up at the hospital. I'll be admitted. I'll be on admission. But to God be the glory. I have been doing things, going here and there, working, and I have no cause to regret my life, to say no, this is the end. I don't just want to continue. Though I had to talk to God, I have to ask God at some point that God, why me? Why is it me for this kind of things? But growing up, I discover with God, all
Mm.
things are possible. You can be a sickle cell patient, but where God is taking you to is great, can
Yes,
be a
so
greater height, irrespective of your genotype. Where God is taking you to is just a
yeah.
greater height.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Jide. Let me unmute. What about you?
Gentle boy,
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, the NEPA, there was the NEPA took the lights, so I just put
Oh,
on the gen.
okay. No problem. We can still hear you.
So yeah, good evening. Growing up as a sickle cell was not really easy because I can't say it's easy or it's hard for me because I didn't even know I'm a sickle cell firstly
Wow.
because
Oh,
I getting to know that I'm a sickle cell. I just got to know that I'm a sickle cell maybe five. Sorry, I'm coming.
all
five
right.
5 years ago, maybe about 5 years ago, that was 2015, when I was diagnosed with this disease, priapism, and
Ah.
it was very tough because growing up, even when I gained admission to OOU, I did medical and I was tested AA, as in AA. So I don't know how I just transformed from AA to SS. Even up to now, I still can't believe it because I've been living a life of AA. Now they are telling me I'm
Wow.
SS, as in. But it's not something I know when I was young. Even everybody, even all my family members don't know
And
I'm
you didn't have any
SS. Even up
crisis
to
or
now,
anything like that. You didn't
I don't
have
used to
some
have crises. Even up, if I, if, up to now, today, I don't use folic acid. I don't use B complex. I don't use any of the drugs. Even up to now, just that I have that priapism, and priapism is a very strong disease. Even up to now, I still have it. So that's the only. I think that's my own crisis because priapism is the drug recommended to me then was very expensive, and I'm still trying to. I'm still even saying that I'm going to talk to Mr. David about what he did to his wound because it's something that is very tough. It's not easy.
It's tough.
I
Oh.
swear
It's
it's not
tough.
easy.
Don't.
So it was that made me know that I'm actually an SS. So before I can't even believe it because even my ex-girlfriend don't know I'm SS because she can't believe it. Even
Wow.
today, as I'm telling you now, I just finished shooting. I just finished shooting right now. I just finished shooting because I'm a filmmaker. I make film. I'm a cinematographer. I do cameras and I edit as well. So I just finished shooting my skit. I'm into skit as well. So I just finished shooting. I shot yesterday and I'm still going to shoot tomorrow. So I'm very strong. I'm not even when a lady, I went to last suit and because that's the clinic I use. And a lady was like, Olajide, we are doing tests for SS to know their what's it called? Different type of SS that we have, the hormones and everything. So she wanted a test and she was like, which drug did I use daily? Like my what's it called, paludrin, or is it paludribelin, as in those drugs, folic acid, B complex. I told her I don't use anything. She was looking at me like, this guy is a demon. Oh. I said, you are SS and you don't use any of this drug and you are fine. I said, yes, I don't used to take drugs, as in, I don't used to, as in, I don't get sick, but it's hard for me to believe that I'm SS. Actually, it's very hard.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I know there's nothing I can do about that. But seriously, I still have that priapism. So that's the only thing that I know that I
Yeah.
have. And
At
it's
least you have
very,
just have
as
one
in, it's a
participant.
pain I go through every day. It's not easy. I do jog from one street to another just for this thing to come. I'll be okay. Should I explain to the house what priapism means? Or you guys know it?
No, I think everybody knows what baptism is.
No.
Baptism. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Because if you
Let's
don't
say
know,
for
let me
our
explain.
audience
No.
sake. for our audience sake, it is the unwanted selection of the periods. That
For
is
the
basically
audience.
what. Yes, for the audience. Yeah, it's the unwanted direction of over a long period of the period or private male private part if you want to be more caring, but it's not a children's show anyway. So that's basically what preemphism is, and it's like having triarchism, crisis down there. That's basically what it is. And I know I had a friend who used to have such issues. So I know the pain that guys go through. I can imagine. I can't imagine how it is, especially when you're going through such things. Okay, so final person to tell us your experience. Oluwatimileyin. How was it for you? Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay, good evening.
Simi?
Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everybody.
Even
Yes, I
know.
can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you. Good
Yes,
evening.
go ahead. Mm.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
Yeah,
can.
Yes,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can
We
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Okay. So, growing up with growing up with sickle cell disease has been, I can't even find the word.
Yeah, network is poor. Simi, are you still there? Seem to have frozen.
Have you eaten? Have you eaten?
Can you hear us, Simi? Okay. Well, let's Maureen, I think I think we're having a technical. Okay, body two has gone off. Okay. All right. I'll just take around the. I want to ask a question. Before we even delve into this. For any of you, growing up, was how supportive was your family? Anybody can answer.
Hmm. 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 Oh, good
Fumi, the way you are
afternoon.
going
I'm sorry,
through,
good evening.
go
Ma,
ahead.
ma, okay. Me.
Yes.
Growing up at the sickle cell, my father's relative were zero. In fact, there was a time I had crisis at Lepo
Oh wow. You have network issues as
my
usual.
this
Fumi, you
Jude
are
Yasin
dragging.
is my brother. My
You're better.
can you hear ma?
Okay, I can
Can you
hear
hear
you now.
ma?
It's all right now.
So I said during growing up then, there was a time my dad told my mom that he should take us to our father, that we are bastards, that he cannot born this kind of children, that because it's not an AS, it's an hey. So how come can she give birth to sickle cell like that? So they were not even supportive from my
Oh dear.
father. Hello? Hello, ma.
Yeah, sorry,
Hello?
your internet goes on and off. We can hear you now.
Yes, I think it's network. So there
Yeah.
was a time like that even like Gideola Shebikon that I just finished speaking. Is my younger brother, so he can testify to it.
Okay.
It was only my mom and my mom's relative. Sometimes when I sick, my mom runs to them, and they give her little support from my mother's side. Even till
Mm,
now, it's still my mom's relative like that the support until when I got married. They now leave me to my husband that you don't marry and you don't marry and
mm,
so I can say my mom's relative alone It was only my mom that will be running reta skater. Even though when we detected Jide was 5 years ago, we were like, oh, how come? How come? Because it doesn't look like, it's only his eyes that you know that he's a sickle cell. But any part of his body or whatsoever is strong and everything. Even though me also, I am strong, I'm this, I'm that. But when I just expose myself and the crisis come, I even have much of the sickle cell stuff than Jide. Because me, I fall into crisis like 3, 4 times a year. Do you understand? And it has been my mom, the bill sometimes 80,000, 100 plus. I pity her. Even till date, I used to pray that God, may God help me so that I can help her, so that she also will
Mm.
become a person. She has spent a lot on us. She doesn't have anything because of we. But to the glory of
Yeah.
God, I thank God because we are alive today. Because many of us like that, I know that we grew up together as a sickle cell warrior. There are some that are no more. So seeing
Yeah.
us alone is a blessing to her. So, and I know that God will help us so that me and Jesus can build house for her and buy car for her because she's a mother. That's one.
All right. Anybody else likes to share? Did you have family support or not?
I had family support. My being the
Okay.
fact that my mom is a nurse, now a retired nurse, she was able to use her expertise as a nurse to help. So most of the time when I had crisis, I was home managed. I can still remember at times when I
Wow.
do have crisis, my siblings were always there to support. My one of those periods, my immediate elder brother had to
Mm.
trek like almost 30 minutes to go and get me an injection. It was an IG that was in book then before that
Wow.
conventional drugs came around. So he had to trek like almost 30 minutes to go and get me the injection. And once they know the pain starts, they know it's like a big trouble for me. So kind of, yeah, they were supportive. My parents were supportive, maybe because my mother is a nurse and being the fact that she understood what it is to an extent, she was able to give the assistance and get the family to support. So yeah, my family was supportive and thank God for that.
Okay. Maureen, are you with us? You seem to have dropped out a bit. Are you with us now?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. All right, great. So go ahead. Can you hear? You seem to be
You
dragging.
indicating that Fumilola, I remember you indicating that your holiday blues had to do with giving birth. So, which of your children
Yeah.
did you birth during a holiday, and what holiday period was that?
Talk is bad.
Oh, wow. So my second born, my first son, about 5 years ago now, and I was pregnant. Then initially, I never planned of having baby during that period. So because it's kind told me January, it was Christmas period, right? So and I told the doctor that bring out this baby by January 2nd on my husband's birthday. So the doctor was like, "How am I sure that my pregnancy even gets to January?" I said, Shebi scan told me January 19 now. So we sickle cell, I don't know how our own thing used to be different. And to be very fun, around there, I think January and December 18th or 17th, I just noticed that the baby crossed. I cannot eat, I cannot stand, I cannot breathe, and I was flushed to the hospital. So getting to the hospital, I was admitted that I have to be keep chatting if the baby is still there or not. So when they said that the baby is still there, they said they are going to carry out the baby. I was like, wow, carry out the baby care. They said, okay, they are waiting for I think one doctor like that will have to examine me very well, that they cannot just operate because of my health. And when they came, it was I gave birth on the 22nd of December. That was that was 3 days to Christmas. And I was like, shall not eat this fried rice and jollof, because every year we used to do party in our family house. So I'll be like, I'll be there this December to eat, to enjoy myself, my husband. And so being in the hospital, it was like, and giving birth at that period. The funniest one was even that on the 22nd I gave birth. On the 23rd, the second, on the 23rd, on the 24th, they said I can start eating pap. So on the 25th, gone. So the day they approved, I can eat anything. So, and I don't even see food to eat on this 25th. So, no food. We couldn't get food because everywhere was shut down. No restaurant,
Mm.
no booker, nothing, nothing. So my place where they said, even though my husband had gone, he was very tired. Person that was going up and down, and at the long run, he gave, I have seen his baby, and he just went home and go and sleep. I went hungry that day. I cried. I was like, I want to eat amala. I want to eat all this kind of food. Let me see good food I eat. I'll be starving. And operation, and when you do operation, when you wake up like this, you'll be very tasty, very hungry. I saw that day. I was very mad at myself that why did they not come after Christmas now? Why did they now Christmas Day? So I was unable to eat. I never enjoy myself. I was just looking like this. I made this day just come out. May 26 come, make I chop. And now I was like, wow, it was a very nasty experience. And to the glory of God, I was just like, thank God. I'm in the hospital on the 25th, but to the glory of God, I went there to give birth, not asking for any other thing. So that was like the pay, no pay me too much, but still, he pay me. So I carried that year food over.
So,
Yeah.
so even hospital no cook jollof rice for
They
you.
no, they no cook, oh. They no cook, they don't give you food, though. They didn't cook at all, as in, they
Wow.
didn't cook. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, David, what
I don't
about
know who
you?
else
What
shared while I was away. I don't know.
Nobody else has shared. David, what
Okay.
about you? What was your experience with a holiday, and what holiday was it? Or are there many
Me?
holidays? Yes, David Owaye.
Oh, okay. Um, Two occasions. When I was small, we used to have a family meeting, like towards the end of the year. So directly after Christmas, we have a family meeting on my paternal side. Then when I was small, I had a crisis and I could not participate. But the last one I remember was also we had a repetition of it. Now I was in Lagos with most of my siblings were in Lagos then, all of my siblings, and then we planned also for a family meeting on our own. Now as each family planning for a family meeting, we're five in the family. So it got okay. Went for a whole night prayer meeting the day before the family meeting. The family is supposed to occur on a Saturday, I think 27th of December. So we went for an all-night prayer meeting, 26th, and then as we finished the all-night meeting, I was exposed to cold. I just felt the cold enter into my chest. There is this premonition about sickle cell warriors. At times you can know when the crisis is coming. So when I felt the cold entering into my chest, I just knew, there's something going on. Something's going to happen. Now, as God will have it, like almost a month before then, I was working with Nigeria HMO, and I was also working locum in a private hospital. So in the private hospital, I was able to get a particular injection, betadine, if you know about. It's one of the strongest pain reliever in the
Yes,
world. Now,
exactly.
the fact that the hospital director was using it for a particular ailment, I was able to use that access to contact the pharmacist that was supplying it and got like almost a pack of betadine, eight ampoules, which is 100 milligram each. So I kept it that, in case I'm having a crisis, since I've been using at times pentazocine and it will not work, let me try betadine. So I just kept it at home, not knowing that I was going to exhaust it during that period. So
Your
because
daddy
so
better.
Saturday morning, woke up, and the plan was to clean my house, get it ready for all my siblings to come around for the party. Each one of them will cook and bring the food. So I had a friend also by the name David who was staying with me, and he helped to clean the house. And I told him, I'm not feeling well, that I should continue. So I went to sleep, and I started having pains. And he came to wake me, am I all right? I said, no, that you can continue. I'll come and join you. And the pain started. And I had to stay on petty, and I had to start injecting myself with petidine as a doctor, 8 hour leave for till the whole pack finished. And the crisis still persisted. So the day they came, that same Saturday in the evening, they came for the get together, which was supposed to be like an end of year party. I was not myself. One thing about the sickle cell crisis, especially the pain crisis, is that it doesn't only affect your body, it also affects your mind. It
Yeah.
messes you up. At times you are irritable. At times you have the mood swing. At times you are depressed. At times you are suicidal. At times you don't care. At times you could be hateful. At times you are anxious. So each time I was like, at times you are confused and restless. So each time I was like, oh, I think I need to take 5 minutes and go and sit to join them where they are. Maybe that will give me relief from the pain. And so I will go to the sitting room where they are to join them as they are talking, as all of them were enjoying themselves and they are trying to find out how am I. I tell them, don't worry, I'm fine. I'm just in pain, keeping quiet, but I was groaning in pain. After 5 minutes, I would just feel, no, I'm not convenient. Let me go back to the room and sleep. Go back to the. So it's like almost every 5 minutes going on and going on. So I couldn't just participate in the party with them because of the crisis. And they understood, my siblings being there with their family, they understood how it's always been like. So when we were going off, one of my sister's husband was giving suggestions. Oh, they brought this food, they brought this food. So they're going to keep it for me whenever I am better. I can first of all try this. I can then try this, try pounded yam, try rice. As he was saying all this, what was on my mind was just I was struggling with crisis. This man is saying food. No, I couldn't even say it out. But I just in my mind, I just said, you just shut up and get the hell out of this place. That was how I felt because I'm struggling between life and death. You're telling me about food. What is food? So, but it's just to let you know that sickle cell crisis, the pain messes up your mind at times. So over the years, I've learned that at times you feel this outburst of emotion, which could be right, which could be wrong. Don't force, don't make yourself unhappy or don't trouble yourself that is you, that is not you. It's just the way the crisis is messing up with you. And so get your mind relaxed because at times getting yourself anxious could also. So that was how it was for me within that period. I did not get to enjoy everything. In fact, not enjoying it was not even a priority to me because what I was going through was, I got to make people understand that sickle cell crisis is such that when it comes, everything that means something to you no longer means anything. Before the crisis, party meant something to me. When the crisis started, nobody, the food, everything meant nothing. Everything was just nothing. And that's how bad it is. But after the crisis, I just like, I felt I missed an opportunity. But during the crisis, I didn't even see that as missing anything. I just felt, let them get out of time. But thank God, it's just an experience. Thank God.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
So that's it. That's the experience.
Okay. Interesting.
Similar. Yeah, very interesting. So, Timila, do you have anything to share for us? Have you ever experienced the holiday blues?
Because what I was going through was, I just make people understand that sickle cell crisis, so that when it comes, everything
you're playing the
that means
video.
something to you no longer means anything. Before the crisis, party meant something.
Timmy, can you hear us?
When the crisis started, nobody, the food, everything.
Maureen, maybe we'll speak to another person for now. I don't think she's
I don't
there.
think I think
Yeah. So
yes, okay, Jide.
okay,
Olajide, do you have any experience holiday blues, falling sick during the holidays? At least seeing that you just found out a few years ago about your genotype.
Even I have an experience before I was diagnosed as sickle cell, and I have an experience even when I was diagnosed as sickle cell. So I have like two experiences. So the one I was in the hospital, that one was this same Easter that we're about to celebrate tomorrow. So it was like a few days to Easter, like a Ash Wednesday, or was it Thursday? I think it was a Ash Wednesday because I went to the hospital on Monday or Tuesday. So I was told, I just went there. So they said I should come back for a test because when that my pre happens, I don't know what it means. I was even like, maybe it's all this Yoruba movie that I do watch that maybe it's my village people that is after me. Maybe. So I was scared. I thought it's a spiritual thing. So someone that just told me that, okay, go to the hospital and go and let the doctor check you. So I went to the hospital because it's abnormal to me. So I went to the hospital. I was like, even before I went to the hospital, I was still talking to my friend. What's up, Toyin? I'm coming to your house for Easter. Or this Easter, I'm coming to your house. As in Tibawa Esheni, because there's a friend of mine that they do cook pounded yam every Easter like that. So I was ready to eat pounded yam, man. I was making mad. Esheni Tibawa, all this slang. Then I don't even know that I'm going to be admitted. So when I just go to the hospital with a clothes because I not prepared, I just went there to just on a test, and the guy was like, we have to they have to admit me that till the doctor, because hematologists or those people that are in charge of my own case, which is the hematologist, those are the people that are in charge of blood. So they don't used to come on, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. So I have to wait till Monday for them to come. So I have to be in the hospital because it's a critical case. They even want to operate it then because it was not easy. This thing will start from morning to night. It's not easy thing. So when when I was there, I was like, wow. So I'm not going to go for Easter. I'm not going to celebrate Easter this year. Everything as in, it was like a dream to me. I was like, I just came to check myself. Let me be going home now, but they don't allow me to go home. My mommy just left me in the hospital and went back home to go and pick some stuff and maybe what I'm going to be needing in the hospital, get some injection and everything for the operation. Last, what the most annoying part was that on that Easter, I did not eat Easter Sunday food, Easter Monday food. Every all the Easter I did not eat it. On Tuesday, doctor now came. Now said that this thing that is doing me is still normal. Is not it was so annoying because but these people I suffer. I really suffered in this life. Yeah, on that day, on that Sunday, I was like, okay, I felt like okay, eating yam. If I cannot get yam, like if there's porridge, anything, because I've already put it in my mind that I'm going to eat pounded yam on Easter day. So where can I get yam? Even though it's not pounded yam, let me improvise. Let me eat something that is not at least it's yam. They said they can't get pounded yam. They can't get what's it called yam. They can't get anything because it was on Sunday and it was in the festive period. So I was just there in the hospital eating bread like someone that is sick, and well, I
Oh
was
my
actually sick, but I was not sick. I was not sick. I was just there because I need to be attended to. My case is like an emergency case. So it was when the head of the hematologist came on Sunday, on Tuesday. She was not like, okay, this guy case is not that critical. You can still recommend drug for him, methylephrine and stuff like that, so it can still be healed. But the drug was expensive and I use it, but still we thank God for today sha, but the priapism is still there but not that much again. But
Mm.
that Easter this thing, it was not a good experience. The second one, that one was even before I got diagnosed as a what's it called, as an excess.
yeah.
So that day my brother was sick on 25th of December, which was on Christmas day. So I was making out that Bolu, what's wrong with you? You are not even strong. On Christmas Day,
Boluwa
you are
no again.
getting you cannot eat, you cannot do this, cannot do that on Christmas Day. I said, me, I cannot do it. I'll still eat meat, I will do this, I will do that. Not knowing that my own thing is coming.
Other
A week after, which is on the New Year day, I was very ill. All the whole food, I can't eat it. I was on bed, lying on bed, just having headache, serious malaria, typhoid, everything. As in, I can't eat. As in, it was my father was not making jest of me that. But he said if you are strong now, as if you are not. That's what God is showing that He's greater than you. I was not like, wow. So actually, I'm not the owner of this life. It's by God, because God showed me what He can do that. Because I was making jest of someone, and God just let me that no, you are not. I can't eat even the meat. I can't eat it until the next day when the first period is over. When it's not the second, I was not trying to eat a little bit. But when I get myself was on the 4th of January. So it was not even easy because I'm just thinking, my friend, like my friend came to the house, let's go to the pool, let's go to this. I can't hang out, I can't do anything. As in, it's like you are in prison. You can't go out of that cage, as in out of that cell. It's not
Yeah,
easy. It's
for
not easy. It's
real.
not easy. It was not a good experience at all.
Yeah. I think Simi, are you back with us? We lost you there for a moment.
Okay, similarly, like,
Yes, I'm back. I'm
That's
so
great.
sorry.
yes,
I'm so
she's
sorry about the network.
No
Ah,
problem. So, what's your experience?
Okay, so first, growing up with sickle cell cell disease. Um, I didn't know until I was about to enter
So we want to know your
School of Science,
experience in the holiday. If you've ever
Yes,
gotten
SS1.
your experience
into
in the
crisis
holiday.
during the
Before
holiday.
then, I had a crisis
People,
that
can you hear us? Can you hear us?
2017. I can hear you clearly.
Okay. We're asking your experience about your holiday when you were admitted.
Yeah, me now.
What holiday was it?
Yes, it was 2017. It was
Okay.
Christmas period. It was Christmas through New Year.
Okay. All right.
I
So
was there
what
from
happened?
Christmas to New Year. That was the first time I had acute chest syndrome.
Ah, wow.
I was
So what? So you were admitted. Was it on the
I had acute
Christmas
chest
day?
syndrome.
Okay. Was it on Christmas day?
I was at I was at
On one true saying me.
UCH.
Oh, then honey no.
Okay.
It was it, yes, I was admitted at UCH. Yes, it was before Christmas. But then I was there from Christmas through to New Year because I was placed on oxygen. It was so bad.
Ah,
I think
Mm.
I had another experience after 2017. The second time was 2019. It was Christmas as well. Christmas through New Year. And it was ACS as well. It was acute chest syndrome.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
oh, it was
So
bad. My
wow.
mom
Yeah.
would bring food to the hospital. She would bring pounded yam, she would bring jollof rice, and I was always throwing it back at her. Is this even supposed to be a thing? Like, is this even supposed to be a thing? Are you supposed to be able to bring jollof rice and give it to me right here? Like, is this where I'm supposed to be? It was so bad. But then, I think I've grown now to the point where I feel like most December I have crisis because that period there is harmattan to
Mm.
to be very cautious at that period. That period I pick what I do. I select the kind of stress that I go through. I drink enough water. Like nobody has to tell me because it is horrible to have to spend your Christmas on the hospital bed where the matrons I can remember the first experience. They had to switch on the television and connect to RCCG crossover service for us
Mm.
just so that we all would not be left out of the crossover service. It wasn't the same as being in the church and having to join a host of worshippers to cross over and shout Happy New Year. I had to my parents could not stay with me. You know that general hospitals they can't stay with you through the night. So when it was time to shout Happy New Year, it was bad. Like who does that? I don't ever want that kind of experience again. I could not hug my mom, I could not hug my dad to say Happy New Year, I could not hug my siblings. That is not an experience that I want anymore. So from that
Mm.
time, and actually from the second experience, which was 2019, I've really grown to prevent that kind of occurrence again. But last year, I was sick again December, and what I did was it was but I tried as possible to just manage it, just so I would not be at the hospital on Christmas. The doctor was like, I have to admit you. I said, home. No matter how bad the pain is, I'll just come from home. And then it was cross. I told them I was going to church, like no matter what. I took my cannula to church. There was cannula in hand. Right after Happy New Year, this is my dad just took me back to the hospital. Go and stay there. You need to get well. So it's no, it's not an experience that I would like to have. Not anytime soon. In fact, not
Yeah,
ever.
exactly.
It is not a good experience where
Hmm.
you cannot be with and then my phone is always on and people are calling to say, Timmy, Happy New Year. I'm like, what is happy about it? Please, just leave me. Nothing is happy about this year. You people are in church. I'm at the hospital. You're wishing me happy new year. Nobody should just bother to bring rice to this place oh, because I will throw it at you. So it's not a good experience. Nah,
Yeah,
it's nothing
yeah,
I'm looking forward to.
yeah. Adiola, what about you? What has been your experience in any holiday, any particular holiday, was it Christmas or either Malud or any of these holidays? What was your experience?
Wow. In fact, I would say the both Easter and Christmas. The first Christmas was, I think, when I was young. I spent the first Christmas at the
Hmm.
hospital. It was a private hospital then. So after that, it has now become a routine thing for me to be spending December at the hospital. It got to a point that I don't even remember my birthday because my birthday was towards October. So it got to a point I don't even remember my birthday again. But later I was like, can this be crisis? Can this be SS stuff?
Hmm.
Because when I was growing up, I don't really have that issue of SS. I don't even know I'm SS. To be candid, I don't know. Growing up, when I was small, I don't know I was SS. So I had the crisis. Most times, I spent my December at the hospital. The recent one I can recollect was 2012, around 2011, 2010, 2011. I spent my Christmas in the hospital. I left the hospital around 27th of December. So I spent New Year at home. After New Year, I was rushed back to the hospital.
Hmm.
That was when they discovered that I had ulcer.
Hmm.
Mother's Day celebration, I don't even know there was anything called festive or anything they are doing. As in, I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything. I was just there lying down lifelessly in
Hmm.
the hospital. So I think I spent Easter during that time at the hospital again for I had ulcer. Even the doctor could not discover that I had ulcer. So they were still treating crisis. They still treated crisis, that I had crisis, a normal crisis, without knowing that I had ulcer. It was later someone discovered that I had ulcer. So they had to treat
Hmm.
the ulcer because during that time when they were giving me drip, I was just discovering that the drip was like someone should take hammer and start eating it with nail on my body.
Hmm.
So I was just struggling, telling the doctor, remove the drip. I don't want any drip on me. The doctor was like, we can't remove this drip. You just have to endure the pain. So it was later they discovered I had ulcer. Then recently, I think 2017, I had a left pleural effusion. Can you hear me?
Can you explain that? Yes, we can. Can you explain that to the laymen that women that are watching? What that is?
In fact, I had a left pleural effusion, whereby they don't even know I had pleural effusion. They thought it was still normal crisis that they were treating. So after going for X-ray, they discovered I had pleural effusion, a left pleural effusion, which has started developing pulses at my
Okay.
left chest.
Wow.
It's water in the lungs,
So
more of like pulse like water in the
Yeah,
lungs.
I finally got what when she said the pulse in her chest, I realized what it was. Thank you, David, because some of us don't know what left pleural
oh,
effusion.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry for using that big grammar. It was a left pleural effusion. So by the time they discover it was a left pleural effusion, it has started developing pulses.
Mm.
There were pulses there. Even where they refer me to GH Odon to go and do the surgery. So when we got there, they said there was no doctor on ground. But thank
Oh,
God for my sister. She was a nurse. She followed me there. And she spoke to those that are on duty. And she was like, I'm a registered nurse. So they just help her through my sister. They attended to me and carry out the surgery. So I think that was the experience I had.
yeah, yeah. Interesting. So, in terms of having crisis before a holiday, do you think there's something is as a result? Has any of you whether experience or realize whether it's as a result of maybe the stress or anticipation of a particular holiday, or you just think it just comes like that? Anybody?
Huh?
Did you hear my? Yeah, Fumi, wanted to say
Go on.
something. You can't hear
I
me.
can, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I said, has any of you I know a number of times we get crisis maybe during holiday period. Has any of you studied whether it is because of the anticipation or the excitement of the holiday coming, or you just feel that the crisis just comes like that? It's not as a result of any particular thing.
We just come anytime it's like now. I mean, my
We
own,
just
no, it's
come
not as
anytime
if
it's
I'm
like now.
anxious
I
or
mean, my own,
anything.
not see my man stop for anything.
Even my
Even
own comes at any
my own
time.
comes at any time.
It's like
It's not
thing.
as if there's
So when it
testing.
comes,
Yeah.
no, I see the stress or anything. I've not even explained that. Me, anytime it's like, I just feel it's for my stomach place. I just feel, this thing is coming, Sometimes leg,
Mm.
even when I was in school, if I feel the leg pain, my joints, I know this thing is coming. So I'll just go and carry water and milk. That time they'll tell us, go and take water, milk, and tomato, put together, sometimes egg, drink it so that it'll give you blood. And I'll drink a lot of water, I wear my
That's a
sweater.
lot of meat. Like that meat has carried on. In fact, that's a whole nother new agreement that I have to go to. I don't even
And
want to go
see,
there yet because I know they've added all sorts of things that you drink to increase your
ah,
blood. But
a
it's
lot,
all
yo,
good.
a lot,
It's all
a
good.
lot,
So our time
a
is
lot.
fast spent. What I'll do now is that I'll go around any last word of encouragement for warriors out there. And I'll start with David regarding okay, yeah, whether you're sick on a normal day, whether you're sick on a holiday, how to manage yourself at the end of the day. So I'll start with David, then we'll go to Olajide and we'll follow like that. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to talk from the angle of a medical doctor. You need to understand what are the triggers of the sickle cell crisis,
Yes.
especially the peculiar one with all of the physical or mental stress is a trigger of crisis. So there's a possibility that during a holiday there is so much work to do, and you want to participate as a sickle cell warrior in the work. You need to understand the limits of what you can do and what you should not do. At times, as a
Mm.
sickle cell warrior, you know that oh, this is at the particular point I need to stop. I need to withdraw, and so at that period, you just have to listen to yourself. Withdraw. Your body is telling you need to stop. At times, you feel some slight pains, or you could feel some chills, like a premonition that hey, your body needs to take a break. So
Yeah.
physical stress or mental stress can be a cause of or a trigger of crisis. Extremes of temperature in terms of the cold weather or the hot weather, too cold or too hot. Now, during the Christmas and New Year period, it's always like the winter, like Harmattan season. So there is a tendency that if you are exposed to too much cold within that period, it can trigger a crisis. So if every other person is going on not dressing so thick, you need to dress in so thick to ensure that you do not expose yourself to cold. And then
Mm-hmm.
dehydration, so you need to keep drinking a lot of water. An infection could also trigger a crisis. So as much as possible, you need to stay safe, stay healthy, and ensure that you keep proper hygiene to prevent any form of infection. And then,
Yeah.
so once you understand some of the things that causes a crisis or can trigger a crisis, you as much as possible withdraw from those things or avoid those things so that you don't develop a crisis. Understand the peculiarity of the season of the celebration and the triggers of crisis that can come with it. Like during the Christmas or New Year period, it is always cold. So you want to ensure
Mm.
that you go out in thick clothes and then you don't stress yourself like other people.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Jide, 1 minute because our time is going.
Okay. So the question, I didn't get the question, but
Okay, I said
I saw him answering,
encouragement,
so I don't
word of
know the question.
encouragement for warriors out there. Word of encouragement for
Okay.
warriors out there, whether they are sick during holiday or not sick, but just encourage them.
Okay. What I'll just say is that they should just be strong, and they should even because when I know I was not happy, but
Mm.
as time goes on, I have to admit the fact. So something, if you are crisis during holiday period, you just, it's a normal thing. Don't just think, even first period is just like a normal day, just like every other
Mm.
day, just like in every other day. Just that the festive tag to it is why people are just always anxious about and always excited about it. Nothing is special about it because I
Mm.
have been in the hospital during that period, so I know it's nothing really special about to be.
Mm.
So what I'll just say is that anybody that have crisis during what's it called, holiday period or during festive period, maybe Christmas, New Year, Easter, any festival, don't think is you are not going. Next year is there, the following year is there. So just be
Yeah.
strong, just be yourself and be strong, and don't give up. Is not even, I'm not supposed to be depressed, because me, I was depressed the first time, but now I know that it's nothing to be depressed about. You understand? It's a
All
normal
right.
day, and just be strong, just stay strong. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Jide. Just be strong. Adiola,
Yeah.
Adiola, are you with us? Hello. Can you hear me, Adiola? Okay, while we're waiting for Adiola, maybe Olaiwola. Sorry, Timmy. Your last
Sorry,
word.
I'm here.
Your last word.
Okay. Like I always say, everyone
kí ló
that
ṣe
knows
kinní
me
yìí
know that I
ó
have
dẹ̀ ń lọ
this
ó dẹ̀ ń
word.
bọ̀
If you throw a pity party for me, I would not attend.
bí mo ṣe jókòó síbẹ̀ yẹn
Everyone that
Mm.
knows
earpiece
me
mi
know
máa
that I like to
gbé
say that
earpiece
word. So I would like to say that every warrior should stop playing the victim mentality. Like, the sooner you stop to be the victim, the better for you. Also, I would like to say that you shouldn't ever remove the God factor. Whether you're a Christian or you're a Muslim or you're a traditionalist, no matter how well you take care of yourself, no matter how well you know your drugs, no matter how well you go to the hospital for checkups, if you're going to use any of these drugs and God is not in it, the truth is there's nothing you can do about it. So I would like to say that don't ever take away the God factor. Don't ever forget that whatever it is that you're going through, God is in it, through it, and is there by you. So just stop playing the victim mentality. Pick up yourself. Being a sickle cell warrior does not mean that it is the end of the world. It's not the end of the road for you. So just stop playing that victim mentality. I hate it when people play the victim card. So I would just like to hit that. stop playing the victim mentality.
Okay, stop playing the victim mentality.
Okay,
God
stop
is with
playing the
us.
victim mentality. God is with us.
All right, Fumi. Fumi, what about you?
Oh, well, my own advice to them is that firstly, you should take everything easy. And as a sickle cell patient, there are so many people outside that even their health issues even more bad than ours. So there's not then
Mm,
don't let us blame our parents or any other person for our own unfortunate whatsoever. So I'll just advise them that when you feel you are having crisis or you're having pain, take care of this before it gets to the critical condition wherever. Can make sure you have your pain relief at home. Make sure you drink enough water. Make sure you cover yourself. You don't expose yourself, and make sure you pray. Commit everything to the hand of God, because only God that can do all things. Because by His mercy that we all have been to this moment, and it's by His mercy that we are still moving. So
thank you so much. Thank you. It's by God's mercy we're still here and continue
that's
to be
and
here
this.
in Jesus' name. Thank you so much, everybody. Our time is fast spent. I'm surprised it's already 1 hour gone. But thank you so much for coming on the show. And I
You're
pray that we
welcome.
continue to strengthen all of you and keep you consistently
Amen.
in strength,
You're
in
welcome.
good
Amen.
health, in
You're
whatever
welcome, ma.
blessings and favor that God has planned for you. So thank you, everybody.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Have a
Amen.
fabulous Easter ahead.
And
Happy
you,
Thank
Easter
you.
Suma.
is tomorrow.
And it will.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh.
God bless. Bye, everybody.
All right, ma. You're
Bye.
welcome, ma. Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. All right. This has been the Touch a Cell show with Toyin and Deshola and my co-host Maureen Nwachi. Unfortunately, network couldn't let her continue, but we've had a nice time. I hope you've been able to take some things or two out of what the experiences of holiday. Yes, you may have crises during a holiday period. You may miss your family. You may miss the fun, but continue to realize that there are so many holidays are ahead, and there's so many other holidays to enjoy, and your family will always be there with you regardless of whatever situation. And even if you don't have your family, your friends and your network will always be there. Just stay positive, know what you're supposed to do. Remember to take care of yourselves, especially during Hamatan, end of year. You know it's going to be cold, dusty, and so many other issues. So you need to take care of yourself. The same thing with during Easter. That's where rain comes. You need to take care of yourself, and God will be with all of us. Have a nice day. This has been a production of Sickle Cell Advocacy and Management Initiative. Till next week, when we bring another interesting guests, and another topic. We'll see you. Happy Easter in advance. Thank you.